KB here with the Color Grade podcast. So obviously Black love is at the center of this film, and I really do love how we get to see it in all of its glory and messiness. You know, Sylvie and Robert are the central love story, but they're still just one story amongst many. So while it's odd to say kind of in 2020, but we don't often get this type of representation on screen. So for each of you, what do you hope that audiences can take away from this beautiful film?
So what I hope audiences can take away, I I just hope that they can um, sit back and fall in love. You know, it's been such a
Mm.
tumultuous year from since January. It's been a crazy year, and all that we've sort of been through, especially as in the Black community. I just hope that everybody's able to sit down and sort of get to the end of the year and be able to relax and fall in love again and just be in a joyful place. That's what I hope for everyone. I just think it's been so tough. So it's a gift to get this at the end of the year.
I was hoping Eugene would go next. And I could just do a ditto at the end of it. I agree with
Right.
everyone. No, I think yes, the idea of people falling in love. I think, as Namdi said, it's been such a tough year, particularly um, for us Black folks. And I think in a time where there's so much conversation around the value and dignity of Black life, I think it's important that when we tell our stories, we get to tell our stories with the enormity of our humanity. And I think for so long, Hollywood has excluded us from this kind of a love story. And so to center us, to say that we, even and especially in moments of struggle and strife, we get to love on each other. We get to fall in love joyfully, messily, is one way of really centering our humanity in its fullness. So I hope that audiences, all audiences, take away from that. I love seeing all of these Black faces talking about this movie, celebrating this movie, and also I think it should just be classed as a great love story, and it doesn't have to necessarily be defined by the race of its protagonist. So that's something that I also hope is included in the conversation around this film.
Yeah, and that's exactly right. And I think also after the year that we've had, I think we all kind of are taking stock of, we've lost a lot. And I think as we include things back into our lives, Namdi says it best when he said in the film where he says, life is too short to waste time on things that you don't absolutely love. And I think that it's a perfect message for today. And kind of the message I'd like people to take away from it is to think about going into 2021, what things you want to include back in your life as the world opens up and we have access to the things that have been taken away from us. So
I'll just add to that. I'm not purposefully being quiet, but Black love comes in many forms, and Black love expands itself. And in my case, my Black love in my house has expanded itself and created two people. And the oldest is very loud, and he just got surprised by his godfather, who I didn't know was coming, but I think just surprised him. So there's been a lot of commotion these past 45 seconds. I don't know how many of you know Brian Tyree Henry, but he's Andrew's godfather.
Oh
And he
man.
just walked through the door, and the love between them is pure and joyful and loud. And I would not have it any other way. I would have liked it to be a little bit further down the hall, but I can hear Brian and my son barged in and was like, Uncle Brian's here. So that is also an example of Black love. So I also get to say ditto to everything that's been said. And so I just was trying to be a little bit quiet while that commotion happened. So thank you for your patience.
I love it.
Eugene, I love what you said about in this new year, thinking of the things you absolutely love and not to waste time on the ones you don't. I would love to stop taking out the trash and having to break down boxes. I don't know how many of y'all have really felt that during this quarantine time, but I'm ready to not do that in 2021.
I stop wiping down everything I bring home from the supermarket.
That too.
Yeah, I'm gonna ditto all of those things. Well, thank you for just this wonderful film. Thank you for your responses. The writing, the directing, the acting, all superb. So thank you so much. I really appreciate it.